it's Adam. I want to bring another beginner class today, focusing this time more on the warrior dance that we do. So crescent lunges, warrior twos, reverse warriors, and chatarangas. So not a long practice today, but enough to get the body moving and to introduce some new things into our practice and maybe some things to work on if you're already seasoned. So let's start on our hands and knees. So coming on to all fours, shoulders stacked on top of the wrists, hips over the knees. And we'll start by rocking side to side. So waking up through the upper body, finding some movement through the shoulders. Could be fluid movement, could be pretty random, just whatever feels right for your body. Everything is working. Taking some understanding of what is and maybe what isn't feeling good today. Not to pass judgment, just to bring some awareness to those areas. Let's take a couple circles to the right. Let's say about 3 circles to the right with the wrists. So nice big circles, shoulders moving over the wrists. And after that third round, we'll move to the opposite direction. Same idea, 3 pretty big circles. Activating through the fingers while we're moving through the hands. One more big circle with the shoulders over the wrists. Nice job. Come back to center. Hand shoulder width apart. Curl the toes. Downward dog. Lift the hips. Let the heels start to melt down. And then we'll pedal our downward dog left and right. Find some freedom of movement here. Get a little better understanding of how your body's feeling this practice. All right, let's draw the feet together. Now on the inhale, lift the right leg as high as feels good for you. Maybe towards the ceiling, maybe just behind you. Left knee can be a little bent, driving the left heel towards the ground. But feel that right leg get long. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, slowly bring your knee in towards your chest. Flex the foot and step between the hands. Crescent moon, drop the back knee. Inhale, the arms lift high. And then exhale, we start to settle in. So this is our first lunge pose we're going to take today. It's a low lunge, back knee is on the ground. And this is a good modification if you're ever in a high lunge and you're just not wanting to be there, have an injury or something you're working through. Bringing that back knee to the ground is a great option. Arms are lifting above the head. Trying to add length to the spine. Try not to let the elbows come or the shoulders come up by the ears. We still want the ears and shoulders to have a little distance between them. So draw the shoulder blades down the back. Sink deep into your hips. Take one more breath. And on the exhale, let's bring the hands to the mat. Curl the back toes. Lift the back knee. Step back. Downward dog. Right foot meets the left. All right, nice job. Let's step the feet together. Second side, inhale, left leg extends long behind you. Now remember, that could be lifted leg. It could just be extended towards the back wall behind you. Maybe a little bend to the right knee. Take a breath. And on the exhale, slowly start to come forward. And then letting the foot land wherever feels good for you. Sometimes we might not be able to get the foot exactly where we need to. That back hand can really help move the foot to where you want it to be. And then finding your pose from there. So always finding ways to make the practice work for you. And there's modifications, there's ways that you can change these poses to make them work with the practice that you have that day or the body that you brought to practice that day. All right, now feel that right hip start to move forward, that left hip pull back to find the stableness in the hips. Fingers are reaching high above the head. Pinky fingers rotate in towards each other. So let the palms face each other in the center line and then continue that rotation almost like you're high-fiving the back wall. Nice, feel that length, take one more breath. And on the exhale, hands come down to the mat, curl the back toes, and step back, downward dog. Nice job, walk it out. We're going to go through a modified chaturanga. So on the inhale, hinge forward, find a high plank, drop the knees to the mat, keep the eyes of the elbows spinning forward, take a breath in. On the exhale, slowly lower all the way down, chin and chest come down to the mat. Untuck the toes, hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift the chest, squeeze the elbows next to the shoulders. And on your exhale, slowly lower down. Curl the toes. Inhale, come back up to your hands and knees first. And then we'll press back into our downward dog. Knees can stay bent as long as you need them to. Nice job. Step the feet together. Inhale, lift the right leg high. And on the exhale, bring your knee into your nose. Step the foot by your right thumb. Left knee stays up this time. Remember, you can use your right hand to push that right foot forward if you need to. This time we're going to come up into a high lunge. So feet are hip distance apart. Right knee is stacked right on top of the ankle. The left heel is high. And on the inhale, we lift up into our crescent lunge. Now remember your modification. If this does not feel good to you, drop that back knee to the ground. If this does feel okay, try to sink a little bit deeper. Let the hands come towards each other in the center line and then high five the back wall. Nice sink down. Press forward through that left heel. Take a breath. And on the exhale, hands come down to the mat. Step your right foot back to your left. Drop the knees. Modified chaturanga, inhale. Exhale low. All the way down, untuck the toes. Inhale, low cobra. And on the exhale, find your way into your downward dog. Press through the knees, all the way up and back. Beautiful job, feet together. Inhale, left leg high. And exhale, crescent lunge. Planting your left foot by your left thumb, using your hand to find that way forward if you need to. Keep your hands on the mat for stability. Left knee on top of the ankle. Right heel is high to press the right hip forward. And then once you're feeling stable in your base, inhale, lift the arms towards the ceiling, finding your high crescent lunge. And then breathe here. Strong into your base. Let that right heel push the right hip forward. So you're stabilizing through your hips here. Try to keep your left toes light. So we don't want to squeeze the mat with the toes. Press through the ball of the left foot, but try to keep the toes light. Take one more inhale. And exhale, hands come down to the mat. Left foot steps back to meet the right. Drop the knees, elbows hug. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, low cobra. Elbow squeeze the ribs. Lower down on the exhale. Curl the toes. Slowly press back into your downward dog. Nice job. So we're going to add on from there. So crescent lunge is what we just did. We're going to move in from crescent lunge into our warrior two. So opening up through the hips from here. All right, feet together. Inhale, right leg high. On the exhale, step between the hands. Find our way into our crescent lunge. Stabilize the feet, hip distance apart. Strong into your base as we rise up. Find a couple breaths to settle in. Pull the right hip back. Push the left hip forward. Feel that stability in the uneven hips. Take a big breath here. And on the exhale, warrior two. Keep the right knee stable where it's at. We're going to drop the back heel to open up through our hips. All right, so now we have open hips here. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right thigh. Now gently push the right knee towards the knife edge of the right foot and gently start to pull your left hip open. So this is an openness we want into our hips here. Pressing firmly to the knife edge of the back foot. The back leg is straight. Right knee is bent. Knee on top of ankle. Now once you're feeling stable, extend the arms forward and back. Now try to have your torso stacked right on top of the hips. Arms out wide. Nice, 2 more breaths here. Squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. Stay deep in this front right knee. Take a breath in. And on the exhale, cartwheel the hands. Lead with the right hand. Left hand follows. Move back into your high plank. Drop the knees. Take a breath. Lower all the way to the ground. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the chest. Low cobra. Exhale, chin back to the ground. Downward dog. Beautiful job. Second side, feet together. Inhale, left leg high. And exhale, step between the hands, finding our crescent lunge. Stabilize your base as you rise up. Arms lift above the head. Take a few breaths here. Feel the stableness of the hips. Try to keep the front toes light. Nice, strong in your base. Keep the depth in your front knee. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, warrior two. Drop your back heel. Now knife edge of the back foot is pressing into the mat. Very engaged in this back right leg. Left knee still on top of that left ankle. So bring your left hand to the inside of your left knee. Start to press away. Press your knee towards the knife edge of that left foot. And right hand to the inside of your hip. Pull your right hip open. Nice. Feel that openness from the left knee towards your right hip. Torso stacked on top of the hips, and then we'll extend the arms out wide. Nice. Feel the strength in your base. Long from fingertip to fingertip. And we got 2 more breaths here. Shift the gaze over your front left fingers. Take an inhale. On the exhale, left hand leads to the mat first, right hand follows. Plant both hands, step your left foot back to meet your right. Lower the knees, elbow squeeze, take a breath. Lower all the way down. Untuck your toes, inhale, lift up, low cobra. And exhale, chin to the mat. Find your way into your downward dog. Nice job. All right, so we have one more pose to add on here. It's our reverse warrior. So opening up through side body. So going through those first two again. Feet together. Inhale, right leg high. And on the exhale, step between the hands, crescent lunge. Slowly step that right foot by right thumb. Feet hip distance apart. Engage your core as you lift up. Settle in. Been here before. Strong in your base. Take a big breath. Warrior two on the exhale. Drop the back heel. Adjust your stance as needed. Keep this right knee moving to the right. Very engaged in the back leg. Now keeping this base exactly the way it is, we're going to flip the front palm. Stay deep in your front knee, and then inhale, reverse your warrior. Right arm lifts up and back, just like you're high-fiving the back wall. Left arm is going to come down your left thigh. So think about opening up through this right side body. Reaching up and back, staying deep in the front knee. And your gaze can shift down by your left foot if you want. I've reached the back of the room. Deep in the front knee. Take one more breath here. And on the exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Moving back through our modified chaturanga. Hands touch the mat. Right foot meets the left. Drop the knees. Inhale. Lower down. Exhale. Untuck the toes. Low cobra. Inhale. Chin to the mat, downward dog. Nice job. Second side, feet together. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step left foot to left thumb. Crescent lunge. Inhale, we rise. Feel your breath as you settle. Feel the strength in your base. Take a breath in. Warrior two as you open it up. Dropping the back heel, staying deep in the front knee. So the front knee is pretty much the thing that doesn't change through this warrior dance, staying on top of that left ankle. Now stay strong in your base, flip the front palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Left arm reaches up and back, stay deep in that front knee so you can open up your side body here. Left hand high fives the back of the room, right arm starts to draw down your back thigh. Press firmly through the knife edge of the back foot, stay deep in the front knee. Take an inhale, lift up. And on the exhale, cartwheel the hands down, move through your modified chaturanga, hands to the mat, left foot meets the right, knees down, as we lower. Low cobra, inhale. And chin back to the mat, downward dog on the exhale. Nice job. Now we're gonna go through that one more time, 2 breaths with each movement. So listen to your body, stay longer if you need to. Just more focusing on your form than anything. All right, feet together. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, crescent lunge. Stepping through. Left heel high. Strong in your base as you lift up. Find a settling exhale. Take your breath. On the exhale, warrior two. Let that left heel drop. Open up through the hips. Find depth in the front knee. Now keeping that depth, flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right arm high fives the back room. Left hand comes down your left thigh. Stay deep in the front knee. Inhale. Exhale. Your chaturanga. Hands down to the mat. Step the feet back. Lower the knees. Lower the chin and chest. Toes untucked. Inhale, low cobra. And then moving back in our downward dog. You guys are super strong. We got one more side to do. Feet together. Inhale, left leg high. And on the exhale, crescent lunge. Stepping through. Stable base. Inhale as we rise. Holding for the exhale. Your breath. Warrior two. Drop that back heel. Peel the hips open. Seat deep into the front knee. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse. Left arm reaching up and back. Stay deep into that front knee. Opening left side body. One more breath. And on your exhale, chaturanga. Hands come down to the mat. Left foot meets the right. Knees drop. Breath in. And we lower on the exhale. Low cobra inhale. And downward dog on the exhale. Nice job. Take a breath. Exhale. And then come down to your hands and knees. Sit back onto the heels. Nice job. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Nice job. Let's ball up the fists and rock out the wrists a couple times. So quite a bit of work on the wrist today, maybe with the shoulders as well. So rocking out the wrists, get some movement back. And then come back to center. Let's interlace our hands at our lower back. Draw the knuckles down towards the arches of the feet. Roll the shoulder blades back behind us. Nice. Take a breath in. Maybe bring the gaze up. And on the exhale, you can keep the torso upright, or if you want, you can bring the torso forward and bring the forehead down towards the knees, lifting the bind off your lower back. A little more stretch into the shoulders. One more breath. Slowly rise. Release our hands to the tops of the thighs. And we'll come onto our backs. So come onto your backs, knees drawn to the chest. And grabbing onto the tops of the knees. Take a few breaths here. Squeezing the knees in towards the chest. Try to lower the spine to the ground. Get as long as you can through your spine. Big breath here. Squeeze knees on the exhale. And then release into your final Shavasana. Legs long, arms down by the sides. Beautiful work. Now stay here in your final Shavasana as long as you want. Thank you so much for joining me today. Look forward to our time together again. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.